Good morning. Welcome to Wimbledon. I'm away for the weekend with my wife, Mrs. Womble, and we are down in Somerset. And whilst I'm away, I've found, I actually looked on the maps before I set off, and there is a mineral railway. Now, for us people who live in Wellingborough, Northamptonshire, we're well versed with the ironstone railways and things. But I'm chasing this one down. Now, this one was only very short-lived. And what I'm trying to do is find out some of the bits and pieces that are left. And I've literally, as I walked over here, I've just found one. Look at this. So you can see, just here, where the railway used to come through. And it used to come in between these properties up here, straight over this bridge here. And then it continues down this road. And it actually says on this sign, that's Vauxhall you can see in the background, because it's a very wet day. So hopefully the filming comes out okay. And you can see in there, look. It says Mineral Line. So what I'm going to do, apparently there is some like a big incline and some winding gear and things that are still in place. I mean, the line was only in use for about 30 years for ironstone, but I don't know if you can see behind me how hilly it is. It's a lot hillier than Northamptonshire. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue down this road here. We've already been along it a little bit. And then what we'll probably do is go back to the coast as well to Watchet, because you can actually see where they used to offload all the materials. So stick with us, and we'll try and find this railway line. Right, we've literally only gone along the road a couple of 100 metres, and this is the site of the old station. There is absolutely nothing left of it, but I am going to just see if I can just park up and see if we can. There's some steps across there. I don't know if we can get in there. I'm just going to pull over, have a look, and take you with me. But yeah, I think we're actually on the railway line here, so we'll see. Okay, the answer to that is we can't get in there. Now, as you can see, it's a bit damp out there today, and because the railway line was only in existence for a few decades, and land around here is at a premium because everything's either hills or water. This is the line of the railway, and but all the buildings that would have been associated with it seem to have been built on. But this is the line, so this road that we're going along is the line. So hopefully we'll find something, but we don't know. I'm not even seeing any sleepers being used for anything. But you can see if you look over here now, it came through this valley, and I'll put in the photograph of outside the hotel this morning. There was you can see the colour of the water that's running through here, and it's almost like blood red. See, this is interesting. Is this a little something, or is this just someone's shed? It's just someone's shed, isn't it? Okay, we continue. So yeah, this is nice. Look at this here. You can see this is a cutting, and it must have been quite an incline at this point. But look at this. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. I mean, that's 40, 50, 60 feet high. Obviously Vauxhall's there, because you can see how wet it is. But you can see in here, they must have blasted their way through this. Look at it. To get the train line to come through. So we're going to continue up this way. We're going to continue up there. But yeah, I mean, you can see this is falling every now and then. It's probably not the best place to stand, is it? Yeah, so we'll just continue. Let's continue up that way. Right, scratch that idea. This track isn't actually in on my sat-nav, so it does say off-road. So we're going to go back to that pit lane there and see whether... Have a look at my sat-nav. There it says off-road. We can see down here it says pit lane, so we need to try and get back to that. So we're reversing Vauxhall down this little track, which is going to be fun. It's alright, I'm good at this, but not so much while I'm holding a camera. So goodbye for now. Right, we're sort of trying to find our way round to the other end of the line, but I thought it's absolutely stunning up here. It's absolutely stunning. Look at the roads, look at that. And same where we've just come from. But as I'm coming along, I've noticed this here. And you can see it's an old quarry, because it's difficult to show you now, but as we were coming up here, and it's really, really steep, the water that's running out of the down the side of the roads is red as you like. This is all ironstone. And I would imagine that across there is an absolutely stunning view on a day when it's not like it is today. But yeah, we're going to continue on. But I just wanted to show you this quarry. But you can see the quarry there, look. You see how it's actually been dug out of this bit of a hillside. Whether it's been used for building or not, or whether it's been used for making iron out, I don't know. But there you go. Anyway, back in Vauxhall. Right then, the weather really isn't playing ball. But I've got to the top of what they call the incline. And apparently what it was, because the train line runs down the valley in the distance, which you can't see because the rain is terrible. And so what they used to use was like a big ropeway to bring it up the slope. So I'm going to go in there now. Hopefully we don't get too wet, and you can see everything on the camera. But there's definitely a big building just behind here, so we'll go and have a look. I've got to be quite careful with the camera because I don't want to get it too wet. Let me turn this round, and you can already see these posts here are old sleepers. And I think what actually happened was they brought it up on the incline, or brought so there were train lines up here, mining from around these places. And in fact, now I'm looking at it, you can see there was probably a bridge in here. Let's have a look. You can see here. Cheers, chap. Look at this. So this, I'm pretty sure, is a bridge abutment. Let me go the other side. I'm getting soaking wet for your entertainment here. But yeah, look. So there's the bridge abutment. And there's another bridge abutment. So there would have been a bridge going over here for the incline. And then on here, you can see it's quite old. This is older than the stuff that we've got around Wellingborough and Northamptonshire. So I've left Mrs. Womble in the car where she's warm and dry. And I'm going to wander down here and see what we can see. So stick with us and let's see what we can see. Look at this. Wow. It's worth getting a little bit wet for, I'll be honest, when you see things like this. Look at that. So this apparently, if my research is correct, was the old wheelhouse. So they'd have a massive, great big wheel in here that pulled the cable up the hill. Wow, look at this. Oh, here we go, look. So this is... So it says here, the West Somerset Mineral Railway ran along the Brendon Hills transporting wagons of iron ore from the mines. The locomotives came to a halt over the top of this building, the winding house. Look at that, so they actually came over the top. Wow. Okay, over the top of this building, the winding house, which was built between 1857 and 1861. Now, 1857 is the year that the mainline railway came through Wellingborough, which is where the Wombles are from. So in here, there were two massive cast iron drums that lowered wagons of iron ore attached by thick steel cables down the incline and wound empties, or sometimes wagons of goods, back up. This ingenious method of transport was self-operating. Yeah, I mean, I could read it all, but just pause the video there if you want to read it. Hopefully you can see it and there's not too much. Yeah, so it says here, the incline is a scheduled monument owned by Exmoor National Park Authority. Look at this. Look at those old gentlemen there. And there's a lady here as well, look. So they're taking a... Wow. And look at the size of the actual wheel. Yeah, and a working model of the incline is on show. We went to the museum yesterday and it was actually shut. So this is Brendon Hill Village. Absolutely fascinating. Look at this. And here you can see, so this is the town of Watchet on the Bristol Channel. That's Wales over there. And there's Ebervale, or it's heading off to Ebervale. And that's an interesting thing as well, because the ironstone that came out of Wellingborough went to Ebervale processing as well. And so all of this did. And you can see it came out of Watchet. We're actually staying around here, just south of Washford. Roadwater is where we were earlier on. And you can see the incline, hopefully. Where are we? There. That's the incline. It's only a tiny little picture, but I'm sure I'll be able to find a picture somewhere. Anyway, look at this. Look at that. What an amazing piece of... Look at these great big iron things in the ground as well. So this had a roof on it. Look in here. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow, that actually goes all the way through. You probably can't see it on the camera. but that actually leads. This must have been where the actual cable came through. What an amazing thing! At least I'm a little bit dry out here, dry in here slightly, and then you can see the fireplace that they had over there as well. Look at that little fireplace, keep themselves warm, and you can see the weather up here is, you know, on a day like today is atrocious. Look at this! Wow, original iron windows. Look, what an amazing building. Right, let's continue down there. Hopefully you can still see. The camera's not getting too wet. If it is, it is. It's one of those days. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Amazing. Let's just go and see if we can see the incline, shall we? Yeah, I mean, you can see how wet I'm getting. So there's steps up here. Got to be careful. I mean, they have made it accessible. Look, they've got little what do you call it in there? Little screw heads to keep your grip. So we are now getting on top of the incline. So this incline met up. Obviously the weather gets even worse up here. Wow, look at this. So the cable would have come, and at some point here, in there will be the hole. Oh, careful, Jamie. Will be the hole that goes into the building. What an amazing thing. And here's the incline. Look at this. Wow. I'm not going to go down there. The weather's not good enough. But now, yeah, so you can see. I mean, I don't know if you can see these trees here. We must be 70, 80, more than that feet up. Oh, I am going to go down there, sod it. We're wet anyway, aren't we? There you can see another board down here, you see. So I want to, woof. Got to be careful I don't go on my bum. But yeah, look at it. Can you see it behind me, how steep it is? Oh dear, I'm getting soaked to the bone. But hopefully we'll find a cafe in a bit. Nice cup of tea. The things I do for content, eh? Yeah, look at it. You can actually see the way, look at the way it rises out of the ground here. You see the way it rises off the surrounding land. Absolutely amazing. And it continues down there. I'm not going to go any further, I don't think. I'm going to get to this board and we'll see what it says. Again, it's probably urgent attention. Oh, ash dieback. Walkers only on the incline, fair enough. And you can see it continues off down there. I'm not going to go all the way down there because the weather is atrocious. I'm getting soaked to the bone. But yeah, what a place, eh? Yeah, so we've got to go back up this hill now, back to the house. So, oh, I'm running up the hill. I feel like Kate Bush. That is the West Somerset Mineral Line incline. And so the ironstone was mined out of these hills up here, and then it was taken down to the coast at Watchet. But at this point, to get out from the top of these hills here down to the valleys at the bottom, I had to use this great big incline. And I will try to find some more information about it. And I'd love to obviously get the drone up, but that's not going to happen. I mean, I'm soaked. I've only been out for 5 minutes. Anyway, that'll do for now. I need my wits about me to get to the top of the hill. Whoa, imagine the work involved in this. Building something like this. Here we go, we're back at the top now. Yeah, so the cable would have run in between these platforms. You can see how much higher than the road we are. There, oh, God almighty. That is an incline. Slippy, this. And so, I actually ran over the top of this building, through there, look, in, and then across the road in the distance. So we'll see if we can find some train lines. Yeah, hopefully the shots aren't completely useless because the camera's covered in water. I've got to go back and dry it out now. We're continuing on. I've got my other hand over the camera, but I just wanted to show you this. This is where the train line came through on the top of the hills. So this train line is not connected essentially with the train line down in the valley, apart from the incline. So yeah, it says there's an engine house up here as well on the signs. Look, it says there's an engine house there, but I'm not going along there because it is far too far too wet. Hopefully there's a station further up. There might even be a cafe and a cup of tea, but we'll see. I've got to be careful I don't ruin my camera. Anyway, back into Vauxhall. So I've just stopped the car on top of this, I presume it must have been a bridge, but it's just so wet at the moment that I can't get out, and the camera's already showing signs that it doesn't really like the wet. But also another thing I just wanted to sort of say as well is that all around here on the hillsides there are, let me turn this round, you can't see them here at the moment, but there are Iron Age barrows, and obviously the Iron Age people, there's the train line down there, do the window, you can see the train line there, and obviously Iron Age people, oh give me a second, there we go, and Iron Age people were obviously Iron Age. The reason they're called Iron Age is because they were using iron. One of the reasons that the Romans came here as well to get their iron, and certainly come down into the West Country. I didn't know about the iron in the West Country. I thought it was all tin, but you know, having done a bit of research while we've been down here, obviously they did mine iron in Somerset, which is where we are, and obviously down in Cornwall it was tin. So we're going to continue along. There is an engine house there, as I've just said, but I'm already soaked from going down the incline, which I thought was an interesting little bit. I've got to put the camera down as I'm getting off this farm track now and heading back onto normal roads. So hopefully we'll see you at the station. Yeah, apologies for this. A lot of this is going to be in the car now because the weather is terrible. So we've moved a little bit further along, and just here you can see these bridge abutments. Well, you can't really see much of the abutment anymore, but if you look just here, you can see how wet the weather is. You'll see in a second. So I'll reverse back up here. Look at this. This is all flooded in the corner of this field because the railway line's just up here. But you can see the corner of the bridge abutment that's just there. So it would have run up here, and the railway line would have been across the top of us. So anyway, let's continue. So it's still raining. It's still terrible weather. But as I'm driving along this, it's quite a lonely road up here. I've found a station. It's too wet to go looking. My wellies are, but inside here is the old station building. Can you see it in there? This is the old station building just in the back there, and the platform must be in there, but like I say, it's just too wet to go and have a look. I'm drenched. Poor Mrs. Womble's in the car. I mean, she's all right, she's happy enough because she's warm and dry. But yeah, so this is Langham station. Then there's one more station that we might find. I think it's called Gupworthy or something like that, which was the terminus of the line. So yeah, that's the station there. The railway line came through here, and then the station was here, and it did carry a few passengers. Apparently it was more a mineral railway, but it did carry some passengers. Oh, back in the warm and the dry. Yeah, so it did carry some passengers, but it wasn't much of a passenger service because it's a two-level railway if you think about it. Up here, and if the weather was better, you'd see the sea from here, and we are probably 300 metres above the sea level. But then obviously it went further down where we looked at the incline, and that was the only point between the lower railway down in the valleys and up here on the top of this crest here, this ridgeway. And so very, very strange to see a railway on two levels. You know, it's a very strange thing. It's almost like a lock system, that incline on the canals. But I'm going to continue along, and then there's one more station. Whether we find it or not, and whether the weather allows us to get out, I don't know. But we'll see. It is what it is. It wouldn't be an adventure without it, would it? So anyway, let's crack on. So one more turn off the road there, and we should, just along here, find where the railway line crossed. I think it's probably where this line of trees are, just down here. See this line of trees just coming up. It might be there, might be. Is this it? No, oh, it's just here. And it looks like there might be something in the woods there, look. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the train line. Oh wow. Right, let's have a look. I'm just going to dive out and have a quick look. So yeah, this is definitely, the train line was definitely here. Oh, pheasant. And it would have gone under the road just there, look. And I think these buildings are actually built on the line of the station, look. Yeah, they're just old farm buildings, aren't they? Hello. Let's see if we can see. It's soaking wet, as you can hear. Yeah, it's just a storage place but you can see it would have come through there. through there. He's built all this since, hasn't he? So yeah, there's no, you can see the sleeper just here. This is a railway sleeper. Where's my camera? The railway sleeper, and another one on the corner there, another one there. So he's made it out of the materials of the rail line. But yeah. Yeah, this is just a... Yeah, there we go. So this is near the village of Gupworthy, or Gupworthy. And then there is the terminus station. You can actually see, if I turn that round, through the barn, in the distance, the train line continues through there. But obviously, I'm not really supposed to be down here in this bloke's barns. But there you go. It looks like it's clearing up. It's not, though. It does actually look like it's clearing up a bit, which would be nice. Right, that could be. So, we found it. This is the end of the line, literally. Obviously, it's a private building now. But this is, as it says, Gupworthy Station Cotty Terminus. So this is the end of the line. So this is where the West Somerset Mineral Railway actually stopped. Don't want to get too... But this is it in here. So you've got the railway cottage over there, look. And so this was the end of the line. So, I might come back when it's dry, and it is beginning to dry off now. We got the sky's beginning to actually get a little bit dry now. I might come back when it's dry in the future and have a proper look at it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and go down to Watchet and see if the museum's open today, so we can actually have a look at the workings of it all. And yeah, look, the rain's actually stopping now as I'm talking to you. So yeah, it does amaze me, and I know I've already said it, that you've got this two-level railway. You know, like I say, we're sort of 200 metres above sea level here, and then down in the valleys you've got the other train line. So yeah, fantastic. Yeah. No, I'm looking at the train line, mate. No, I'm looking at the train line. Cheers, buddy. And I'll tell you one thing as well, the people that we've met in Somerset are some of the friendliest people we've ever met. Everybody has got a smile, has got a story. So yeah, get down here, come and look at it. It's beautiful. Hopefully you'll see some of my other videos on The Man That Walks Away, and you'll see some of the drone footage we've taken of things like Cleve Abbey, Dunster Castle, and things like that. Got my big coat on now because it's cold. It stopped raining, which is nice, and we are at the absolute other end of the mineral line. We went back to the hotel and I had to change my clothes because I was cold, and you can see it is blowing a hoolie today. Hey, my goodness, it is blowing. Hopefully you can hear me. I've got the little microphone attached now. And so what happened was, the train, with all the iron ore out of the hills, you can probably see, well, you can't quite see them, up there in the background, came down here to this quay, and they would load boats into this harbour here. And it would be taken across this extremely stormy piece of water to Newport. Oh, here we are, there's the train lines. Let me turn the camera around. There's the train lines. So this is what's left of the, really, of the only bit of track bed that still remains. We might even have an information board here. Here we go, look. The mineral line on the West Pier. West Somerset Mineral Railway trains carried iron ore mined in the Brendon Hills, which is where we were earlier when it was raining. From there, a horse pulled the wagon over Market Street and onto the quay to be loaded into the 40-ton vessels that carried the ore to Newport in South Wales. From Newport, it was taken to Vale, or one of the other ironworks owned by the Vale company, to be smelted. So yeah, we're right here. We're right here, and they'd be loaded off here, 40 tons at a time, into the boats. Now, obviously, the tide's out at the moment. It's just a load of mud. And look at it across there. I mean, it is absolutely, I wouldn't want to, I mean, I'm not much of a person on a boat anyway, but look at the way the wind's been whipping this up. Let's have a look over here. Hey. Hopefully you can still hear me. Look at this. Look at that. And so those are the hills in the background there. Where the iron ore came out of. Absolutely amazing. So this is it. This quite literally is the end of the line. I'm having to face with me back to the wind, otherwise it's you won't hear a thing I'm saying. But yeah, this is the end of the line, just here. And so we've seen both ends of the line. I put Gupworthy, which is where the station was, and then down here. So I'm down at Watchet Museum now. Somebody told me to come and have a look at this. So this is the incline. Unfortunately, the museum's closed at the moment, but this is a model of the incline here. I don't know if you can see it here, because obviously we've got. But there's the little trucks, the little engine, and then there is the incline. Goes all the way down there, and you can see here they've got, this is a cart of ore here, and that is a cart of goods. So that'll be coming down from the hill, and that'll be going back up the hill there, and then down to the bottom here, where the horses are waiting to take the carriage away. So yeah, it's a pity it's closed, because I'd like to have found out more information, but there you go. I'll probably have put pictures and things up in the description anyway, but here, look at this, these gentlemen here. Colton Pit. There you go. Here's a model of what actually happened when the carts or the carriages got down to the quayside. So you've got this boat here, going to go over to Newport in Wales, and then obviously on to Ebervale. And so they bring the carriages down here, all loaded up with iron ore. And if you look in there, they've got a chute that they just sort of tipple them over. So there you go, look, you can see in there they've got a big tippler cart. And they just tipple it into the... And you can see that on the back of the boat there, it says Lizzie Bridgewater. So yeah, very interesting stuff. I just wish this was open. So yeah, it can show here, that shows you the extent of the line. It was only a tiny, tiny little line. And then to actually get it across and up into Ebervale, this is Ebervale up here, you can see. Look at that. That tiny little bit down here, where are we, where's my finger? There, is where they were getting the iron out of. And that was going up to Ebervale and the processing, the smelters up there. What's this? Two Sisters. This boat was built to transport coal, brick and iron. Wow. Imagine that being full of iron ore, 40 tonnes of iron ore. It wouldn't have been easy to sail that, especially not on the waters that you'll have seen in the video. Right then, thank you very much for watching my video. As you can see, I'm back home now. Came home yesterday and I'm putting the video together, and I've been doing more research, and I've actually found a really, really good website all about the West Somerset Mineral Line Railway. Mineral Line, and their website address is wsmla.org.uk, and I'll link that down in the description, because a lot of the pictures that I've got that you'll have seen through the video are actually from their webpage. I'd love to go there again when the weather is better. I didn't know anything about it until I got down there. I'd seen that on the maps before we left that there was a railway line just by the hotel where we were, but I didn't actually realise that it was a mineral line. And it was only when I was chatting to people at the hotel in the pub that they were saying, "Oh yeah, we used to take iron ore and blah blah blah," and I was like, my ears pricked up because I love the whole iron ore, and you know, the history of it all the way back into, you know, from the Bronze Age into the Iron Age, and then all the way through the Industrial Revolution and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it was a really good adventure. If you're ever down that neck of the woods, I would definitely recommend go and visit it. So that genuinely is the end of the video now. I know it's been quite a long one, but there was a lot to see. Thank you very much for watching. If you do like what I'm doing, give it a like. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, do all the things that YouTubers tell you to do, and hopefully we'll see you again in the future. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.